Thank you for watching Not My Bag.
If you're watching this, make sure to like and subscribe.
If you're listening, give a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Thank you to today's sponsor, Jack Wills, who have sponsored the whole episode.
We love you, J-Dubs.
We love you, J-Dubs.
Ski season's just landed at Jack Wills and we've just come back from an iconic trip on the slopes.
It was absolutely insane.
It was iconic.
So it was both of our first time skiing. I thought I did all right. You were really good.
Do you know what, guys? I absolutely loved it. And also, the Jack Wills guys were so helpful and lovely in like getting us ready for it. The clothes were banging. And I actually would go skiing again. So I actually appreciate Jack Wills. Thank you, Jack Wills.
Also, I did say we did look good going down them slopes. Even if I did face plant
even when George face planted, he still looked good.
I was still warm. You know what I mean?
And they're so insulated. One time I farted and it stayed in all day.
It stayed in the whole thing.
It stayed in all day. So if you want to test for how insulated they are, you got it.
Have a fart.
Carrying on from that, the suits actually have thermalite technology. I know, big word. And it basically like stops with like, it's like water resistant, wind resistant, like keeps the heat in.
They've even got little pockets on the arms for your ski pass.
I know. So like when you're dancing at the après ski parties, listening to Sigma, just going like this, you actually stay really warm.
Oh,
I fell in the snow a few times, didn't you?
Yeah, and I had a couple of people going, oh, I need your ski passes. There we go, mate.
Nah.
Happy days.
We loved them.
They are honestly so stylish. Like obviously we went to ski and then we went for lunch and I still had my bottoms on.
No, do you know what? I was wearing the bottoms with like a thermal top and that actually looked well decent.
I know, yeah. We were waking up for breakfast, putting our bottoms on and our thermals, and I thought, I could go out like this.
George has actually kept his jacket to wear out for winter. We're not even skiing.
I haven't put it away anywhere. I'm just going to wear that to the pub or something.
No slopes in Essex.
Get ready to upgrade your ski essentials with Jack Wills Ski.
You can use our code NOTMYBAG10 for some discount.
That's Not My Bag 10 with 2G. No snow experience is complete without Jack Wills Ski. So don't hesitate, don't wait around and get yourself to the Jack Wills website.
Thank you again to Jack Wills for sponsoring this episode. We love you.
We love you, J-Dubs.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Not My Bag. I'm Joe.
And I'm George.
And this is our Jack Wills ski trip debrief episode.
We've got two amazing, gorgeous, amazing, lovely guests with us and they are...
We both just did the same thing.
Oh, Max. Barry. I've never called myself that in my
Barry. Our two mates from down the pub, Max and Barry.
I meant Grace. I don't know why I said that.
Barry?
I panicked.
We got Max and Barry, how are we?
Yes,
Yeah,
we're good.
How are you feeling after the slopes?
I'm ill.
I'm ill, but only from the altitude.
The
Ill from
altitude sickness
alcohol.
beat her
No,
up.
every time we were on the trip, anything that happened, we'd be like, that fucking altitude.
I know.
Not 2 hours sleep and endless vodka. It's the
Yes,
altitude.
yeah.
Altitude, genital warts, altitude.
Yeah, exactly.
Hate it when that happens.
So, for those of you at home wondering,
For those of you who live under a rock,
Exactly.
we just got back.
where did it all start? Where did it all begin? Probably the airport, didn't it?
Yeah.
Early old start that. Unsure.
You can shut the fuck up. I got there at 20
What, Barry?
past 6.
Why?
Dunno.
Didn't we have to be there at 8?
Bill was like, babe, look, we've called the taxi company and they've said you need an hour and a half.
Gated,
yeah, you need to be there an hour and a half. I thought, first. Get in the taxi. Why does it take 20 minutes?
No.
To drop me to the station.
Yeah, it took me nothing
So
to
I'm
get
there
there.
at 20 past 6. Like,
Oh, that's vile.
we meant to be there at 7:30.
Yeah, 7:30.
Yeah,
So I was
I
like-
rolled up late, if anything.
Yeah, no, you and every other fucker. I was like, for fuck's sake.
But we didn't even know we were going to get the flight. Because it was snowing and all that.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah,
two
yeah.
flights
Oh, the
before us
panic
got
the night
delayed.
before.
I messaged
Awful.
Ellie. I went, oh, that would be such a shame.
No, I woke up and I was like, please be delayed. Please be cancelled. I was like, fuck me, this is so early. I was
No, it
like,
was early.
if we get there 5 hours later, I won't
Fine.
mind.
Yeah,
I won't mind.
It wasn't.
How was the plane ride for you guys though?
I think was I not next to one of you? I don't fucking remember.
No, I was next to Joe.
Yeah, no,
I'd taken
you-
my pills though.
you
so I
actually
was
all right.
Yeah.
You were in front of me with Bambino and that. It was quite
Oh
chill
yeah,
flight,
I went to
wasn't
sleep.
Yeah.
took like an hour.
Grace was sedated.
I was like, so anyway,
I think we spoke for like an hour of just
the
like...
whole time.
Yeah, and then we were like, that was quick.
But do you remember they were like, we've got 40 minutes left. We carried on talking. It felt like 5 minutes. They were like, we're landing. And I was like, what?
Could have been a podcast episode
But
there.
do you know what? The worst part was when we landed and we had to get the fucking 100-hour car journey.
That
in
were awful.
In like the back of a
Minibus.
minibus.
I literally said you need travel sickness for that.
Yeah, and I did. And thank God, because we're going up, right, just bastard mountains, and there's like a death drop over the side.
Literally, like to the point where if the car stopped and it was snowing, luckily when we were driving it wasn't, but we would just slip off and die. I don't think people understand that.
And our driver was like, and if you look to the right, you'll see a mountain. And I'm like, one, we could die. Like,
No, and those drivers wanted us.
Can I just say, I don't know what was on those tyres, right?
Yeah.
There was definitely was there chains?
No.
The way they drove round those mountains, I was terrified every journey.
Didn't give a
That's
shit.
why we drank so much.
And then we went to that little shop on the way, like a little.
they thought they were doing us a favour stopping there.
Yeah.
In the middle of them massive fuck off mountains.
Yeah.
And then you go in the shop and there's literally CBD gummies and a bottle of Coke and that's it. And the toilet for 50
and
euros.
the vending machine.
Yeah.
And a cat. Guys, I went to go pay for me shit.
Sorry?
I go, is that a cat?
Is that a puss?
She goes, yes. I'm like, maybe she didn't understand. And the cat
She was
just
in
lifts
severe
its head
pain.
up and goes, and I was like, it's fucking real. And I was like shocked. I was like, it's a cat. And
I
she was
didn't know
going,
she was in
yes.
severe pain.
Why did you go Borat there? Is
Yes.
that yes.
I was like, no. No, but she didn't find that weird at all. And I thought, fair play.
But when we did get there,
Finally.
it was sick, wasn't it?
Oh, I
Yeah.
loved it.
Prosecco
Oh,
on arrival.
Yeah, none of that.
God, Prosecco.
But the chalet was awesome. wasn't
Oh,
it?
it was mental.
Yeah.
It was like
Sauna.
proper wood.
I know steam.
What? Don't know why.
Unvarnished
Yeah.
wood, though. I got a splinter one, though.
Yes.
That's why I got back.
Very passionate about that. Very passionate. Got a lot to say
Splinters.
about that. Lot to say. Tune in later in the episode to hear our thoughts on splinters.
But those stairs were like death stairs, so you had to hold on to the wood, and they went, don't do that, you'll get splinters. I thought, where the fuck am I meant to hold on
Oh,
to
what?
then?
Death trap, shiny stairs.
Yeah,
Splinter
oh my God.
That's why they wanted us to get
danger.
insurance. Fuck the ski.
Do you know what did we do on the first night? We went out for...
We went out
It
for
was
fondue.
fondue.
Fucking cheese. We ate like Henry VIII. That's what we did. We went, and I swear to God, it was cheese, meat, salad, bread.
Another one.
That was it.
No, but they had this cheese that, like, you heat it up and it smelt of pussy.
bit of-
It stank.
It
and
was
it was
weird.
so
Not the pussy cheese. It smelled sticky pussy
Bear in
cheese.
mind the amount of apparatus that we fucking need just to eat our meal. Like we've got a
Honestly.
heater, we've got
bread.
You
pasta,
had like
can
a
you just-
fucking
it was-
spanking, like wood spanker. I thought, what the fuck is this?
It was the
for?
stale bread and the snails. I
Yeah.
thought, do you know what? If this is
The
France,
snails. No, and Maddie was like, I'm vegan.
Yeah.
And then she ate like 2 snails and she went, oh, that is an animal, isn't it? And we were like, yeah, that
Did you
is.
not have a snail? Did you try
I
one?
had 2.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
no,
were
there's,
right.
there's a picture of Grace, you know, when we got sent them and her eyes going like,
Yeah.
they're
yeah.
weirdly
Like kids and
fishy.
photographer. No, it tasted like soil and pesto.
It was like garlic.
Yeah, there was a bit of pesto vibe.
It was just
We all just said
oil.
completely different things though. We're like fishy, soil, pesto, garlic, and then we all went, yeah.
Pussy, yeah.
As if it could possibly taste of all those things at the same time. Yeah, I agree.
And then we started playing that really weird game.
Oh,
that
the
was
humming
sick.
game.
That was possibly like the highlight of the
best.
trip
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
I think Maddie
Maddie.
just randomly came up with it. She was like, we're going to play a game where I start to like hum a tune and then you have to guess what it is.
But we
then
weren't
we're all
humming. She
taking
was
turns.
and then Moyo did it, and I was like, what the fuck is
when
going
Moyo
on?
did it, I was
And he started
dancing. And I was like, this man has had 10 tequila shots since he sat down.
But can we talk about
He
the
was
restaurant
fucked.
that we went to? No one was in there.
No,
And I
we were the
thought-
only
were a bit
people.
And
weird.
it was like a uni accommodation. Like you'd look into the side bit, it was a kitchen with just rust.
No, do you
And
know
you were
what
like,
scared
what?
me? When they took the cheese off the table that we hadn't used and just wrapped up and put it back in the
Oh,
fridge.
yeah.
I
You're
thought,
joking.
you're sharing the pussy cheese.
Oh, God. That's the title of the episode.
Give uni.
Sharing the pussy cheese with Jack West. Oh, my God.
Next collection.
Oh, my God. But I really enjoyed it. Moyo was wild.
No, Moyo is the
Tequila.
only person I know to have a tequila shot with breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I couldn't
I
do
thought
that.
he was
animal.
going to
Sick.
die. Like at one point, he genuinely at this restaurant, and we were only there for about an hour or 2. He had about 14 tequila shots, and he went, "Don't get angry."
No, the next morning,
Savage.
genuinely, we had to go to a cat when because I was in the skiers group. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead a bit.
Oh, yeah,
but
we got
I
one
thought
ski, 3
Moyo was
non-ski.
actually going to die. They all were like, do you know when people are starting to have conversations like,
Yeah.
oh no, this is actually quite serious.
Yeah.
You look like you were going to die. Didn't though. Boring.
What did we do the first night? Oh, it started snowing when we were driving back.
Yeah,
That
didn't
was
we just
cute.
go to that restaurant
The
and go home?
drive back.
Swimming pool.
I felt sick. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we all went in the swimming pool.
Yeah,
I
no,
went
the
in for
drive
5
back was
seconds.
really chaotic. Everyone was like screaming and singing.
I thought I was
I
gonna be
loved
sick.
it.
And then went to the pool. I think we got a rendition of what's that song from Wicked?
Defying Gravity.
Yeah.
Don't know how I forgot that. I've heard it on live 20 million times.
I loved it. That was so much fun.
Yeah, no,
And
it was
then we
fun.
woke up to breakfast and it was cold meats and cheese.
Yeah, I said,
No, do you know what? That's what my stomach. I sat down, I looked at the table, and I thought,
No,
you're
but
not
it was
making
like the
this shit.
cheese looked like a little turd.
It was
like,
blue cheese.
It was
like
blue,
fermented.
and I thought, how fucking dare you put that in front of my face when I'm this hungover?
It was divorced, beheaded, died.
was-
That's
yeah,
what it fucking was. It was dreadful vibes. There's something about a good French. Did you get that one? Yeah. Did you get that
I
one?
know I'm young, but I'm not like...
History GCSE, yeah. Good one, Charlie. There's something about a French ice ball mountain where they're like bread, ham, cheese,
I don't
every
get
meal.
it. I don't get why we have to go back to Roman times. Is that when Henry
But
was
they
Roman,
must
was
actually
he?
be. But also, you see them and they all look proper fit.
Yeah,
like all
yeah.
the French
There's no
people.
fat
Yeah,
There's a
they
lot
all-
of malnourishment in France.
There must be.
Yeah.
What you eating?
They're only eating a little bit of salami
All
every
the,
day.
yeah, the cheese and meats must just go through them and just take everything with
Yeah.
Can we please talk about the next day?
Oh
I've
my
got
God.
a lot to unpack.
So it was
What bus?
technically like the first day up, and the ski lift was broken, weren't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
The bus.
Yeah.
The actual like bus. I don't know
We
why.
had to get on a bus.
Oh,
Yeah.
the bus.
And me and Grace are sitting in the back, and the higher we're going, I'm looking at you, Anna, and I'm going, I feel a bit sick.
And obviously, I'm a bit scared of sick, so I'm not saying anything. I'm just like, yeah, no, I feel fine. But at this point, me and we
We're
stopped
white.
talking as well. We're like,
Yeah, I'm like, every bump, I'm like,
oh, yeah, no. But it got to the point where I was thinking, how do I tell the bus driver to pull over in case I need to be sick?
Yeah, you were a long way back as
yeah,
well.
literally.
We were
And
right at the back.
Becky's looking at us, and she goes, "Does anyone else feel sick?" And me and George go, "Thank fuck." Everyone on that bus felt violently
and then we
sick.
got off, and Cole looks at me and goes, "Come on, champ!" And as he hits my arm, I just thought, "Oh, it's
You've seen that
it's
Snowball
yeah.
film?
awful."
No,
No.
oh, I've heard about it.
Oh,
now.
I don't know if you've seen the trailer, but I had the lovely snowboard lady in front of me because you guys were at the back.
yeah,
everyone-
yeah,
and I
yeah.
had her.
Fanny.
Snowboard lady.
Fanny the snowboarder. Every time
her name weren't Fanny.
It were Yuli.
It was Yuli. It weren't funny.
Like
One of
Julie,
them-
but with a
But
U.
one of them was called Fanny.
Why did Bambino call her Fanny?
One of them was called Fanny.
One was called Fanny.
I see what about.
Yuli.
Sorry.
Guys, there was someone called Fanny.
Our instructors for the beginners were called Fanny.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Fanny. Fanny and Yuli.
Yeah.
Anyway, every
Fanny.
time the
Yuli
snowboard
Fanny.
moved, she was like this. Not only do I feel sick, right? But she's very intensely smiling at me, and I thought, I'm going to throw up on you.
We got off that bus, I was dizzy. I literally said to Ellie, I was like, I'm going to need some water.
Yeah, I
in it.
wanted to cry.
And then she was like, right, get your skis on. I was like, no, this isn't funny. Like,
And I just want to fucking say, who the fuck invented that ski? Imagine, right? We're in these ski boots, which are fucking stupid anyway.
So hard to walk in.
They go.
You invented skiing?
Huh?
Did you start
No,
that by-
the resort. You have to go up
Who invented the
flights
resort?
of stairs with black ice on, and I'm thinking you're taking the fuck. And everyone else is just zooming up them as if
Oh
it's
no,
not a
I know what you're talking about.
fucking
The steps that were straight up.
Yeah, and people are
hell.
going, can I get pictures of you? I go, it's what fucking time is it?
Oh my god, you. Oh, I felt so bad for you at one point because you were genuinely screaming, terrified. And that girl comes over and she's like, "Can I have a picture?" And I
I
thought,
was like, yeah!
That's when you smacked her in the face, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
you got the stick and just
Sparked her out. Said, Fanny, drop kick her now, darling. Over your stats.
Fanny, sure,
Guys, there was nobody called Fanny.
Her
I would have
name-
known about this.
Her name was Fanny.
You were too busy skiing up the black slope.
Our instructor was actually called Fanny.
Our instructor hated me. Apparently, on the second day, she was like, "Imagine if your friend was here, ha ha." And I was thinking, "Fuck off, fuck you."
She's not from Kazakhstan.
That is French.
If she was not on this, that sounds like Gru from Minions. Listen, Minions.
I can't.
No, but learning to ski was the hardest thing. No, actually, no. Fuck all of you. You all picked it up. So no one else fell.
These two
in
were
the
sick.
entire group, apart from me every time.
Can I mean, I'm not going to dig you out.
No,
but,
go on, dig me out.
You didn't have the lesson, Grace.
Oh, did you not? Well,
Anyway.
shocking.
You're like, how did it cut me? I'm like, I had to wake up, at 6:30 on Saturday morning to go to an infant's lesson
and
for
I
skiing.
had to drive. -4.
I know.
Yeah, you were full of 5-year-old. You look like two paedophiles on
I
the
mean,
slope.
George fit in.
Yeah.
I was the pedo.
Two paedophiles.
All right,
Two Fanny and two paedophiles on the
They were
slopes.
wanking over the kick
Yeah,
weren't
yeah,
they?
yeah,
As they were
that's
going
why,
down.
exactly why, yeah.
that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just want to say, that, like, I know you guys would probably laugh, but I actually did think Jack Will's ski stuff is actually really good.
Oh, no.
Slaps.
No, but I thought it was good.
No, it was very warm and insulated.
Yeah.
Yeah, they asked me about it afterwards, and I was like, it's good, yeah.
Because you've skied before,
Yeah,
so.
I'm a bit of a fucking pro, darling.
But then after that, we went to lunch, didn't we? Up to by the Folly après.
Après ski.
Oh my god!
Did we
hang
eat
on.
there?
Yeah, 'cause I
No,
had the
we
fish and
ate at the
chips.
après ski thing.
Oh wait, where Moyo's fingers got sliced up, and when are you there? for?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see
Hello.
that.
Oh,
Did
guys.
we go to lunch?
You know, remember when we had
when we felt violently
the
sick.
16% cocktail before getting snowballs pelted at us? Yeah.
Oh my god! So imagine this, right? Sorry, I'm putting my mic down so I
As you
can
should.
be animated. Moyo, obviously very tall person, as we all know.
we all know.
Walking down the stairs, as you just said, with the ski boots, very difficult to do.
Yeah.
So he was like holding on to the wall, and then do you know when like you go down a set of stairs and it says "mind your head" because there's a bit there.
Yeah.
Don't know why I'm going. into this
I
detail.
never have that problem.
Yeah.
He put his hands up like to hold on. There's an automatic door next to it up there. Someone walks through it. The door slides across onto his fingers as he's like, "Why are you laughing, you sadistic bitch?"
He's got
Grace is like, "Oh,
He's like,
oh, yeah.
it's not funny.
No, but it is just funny thinking about it.
It was awful.
This is terrifying.
Sorry, this is quite funny to be fair. He's going, and I go like, yeah, because I didn't know that he was in pain. So I was like, woo! And he's like, and then we realised, because he's like not moving, I'm like, why are you not moving? And then his fingers are stuck in, so they had to go and push the door back over his fingers. It was literally crammed. Like, and glass was just over his
Fuck
fingers.
that.
Took it off, he's bleeding everywhere.
Oh no, I didn't know he was bleeding.
But do you know what he
Yeah,
did?
sure.
When we turned up, because we were the beginners, we were allowed to go back, freshen up, get other ski boots on.
Yeah.
You lot were sitting there, and he had 2 tequila shots next to him.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's the only way to get over an injury.
Exactly.
Really,
True.
isn't it?
Yeah.
But I've got to say, we did have some good food at
You
that
guys
place.
can fuck off. The ski lift
was
up
that?
there was one of the worst things
yeah.
I've ever had to enjoy in my entire. No, imagine no one tells you anything. They go, "This is how you get
They
up there."
did, to be fair
They
to
did-
Grace,
they did
they
that.
kept it very quiet. We're in the bus, and then Grace was like, "Is the bus taking us to the restaurant?" They were like, "Oh, to the lift," and you were like,
So I was imagining
Like
like,
a tiny lift.
Ding! Look, I was imagining like an actual
Yeah,
lift
yeah.
in the caves, and it goes
Yeah.
up.
I think
right?
they said that they'd kept it from you on
Yeah, of course they did.
purpose.
Fuckers did it on the second day as well. And literally, I looked at it and I said, "I'm not getting on that." And they went, "No, you've got to." I'm not getting on that. But it was
We
worse.
should have got the
on it.
Speakman.
Oh,
Did
they're
Jack
scary.
Wills
They
get
are
there?
scary.
No, but what was worse is ours was like weighted down with like cameras, all stuff like that, and then 10 of us. Like we were to the
And the limit
Remember
was
they
10.
said, "Oh, there's too many of you on there,"
And then
it
shut
kept
the door
going.
shut and
And
the
I was
door
like, "What do you
shut."
mean there's too many?" I was like, "Get them off."
I
then."
once went skiing and we were there and then it was really empty. And then we found out that the reason why it was empty is because the day before one of them had fallen. Can you imagine?
Thanks for telling me that.
Yeah, I know. Well, you don't have to.
Well, you're not going back, are you?
Fuck that.
Yeah.
How grim is
The
that?
food and stuff in that place was
It was
really
great,
nice.
it was great.
I loved it.
You had that 27.5% drink. Do you remember?
So imagine
See,
we like,
I don't think it was.
It was.
No, it was.
It was like juice.
It's like,
No,
I hated all
so
of it.
we were
Tasted
like, let's
nice.
get a little cocktail. As we were like, fine. And then it was something similar to vodka and
It
cranberry.
was called like the Dragon Heart.
Yes.
of
I
Mountain.
saw it and I was like,
Fuck
Grace,
it.
right up your street.
Yeah, and then we started drinking it, and I was like, this tastes like shit. Looked at the bottle, it said like 27%. We thought,
Fuck
there's
that.
no, and it was
Yeah.
this big, and we thought, there's no way. So Googled it was 28%.
So of course, Moyo ordered 3.
Yeah.
I panicked. I was like, I'll have a vodka cranberry or instead.
Do you remember
know
the
what I
night
mean?
before when you ordered a vodka cranberry at Henry VIII's banquet? And it came and it was vodka with cranberry liqueur.
Yeah, it was just.
Oh, it was
Oh yeah,
rancid.
you were giving it out, and I've never
It
seen you
was
give away a vodka.
I remember
brand.
Disgusting. It was
Oh, it
disgusting. I
was
thought,
vile.
how fucking dare you give that to me?
But then we had to like get ready, go to the Folly. Was it
Folly douche.
Folly douche.
Yeah.
Folly douche.
That was actually really fun, wasn't it?
I
Interviewing
fucking
people.
loved that.
Do you know
Sigma.
what? I know you did.
I
I've got a
loved
10-minute video of you for Magnum of Rosa going, fucking yeah. but Max, you didn't stop. You know, like someone does that as a joke. Like I was watching the whole video and I
whole
thought,
night,
this
you were
is
like,
so...
guys,
You were like,
I was
rubbing your
thriving.
belly. You were like, yeah.
rubbing your belly.
I've got it. I'm like,
We were with like Jack Wills, like a very like, posh brand. He was like, wah, 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 like
Yeah.
fucking
Oh,
drum
Sigma.
bass.
No,
Yeah.
Sigma was good though.
It
Oh my
was
God.
so
Sigma got
good.
everyone
I walked
Sigma.
in and I was kind of like, a bit, because obviously we were on this like balcony,
Yeah.
basically looking over people. So I was instantly a bit like, this is a bit awkward.
it was
like,
giving
are
Henry
people-
VIII,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was giving like, we're up in the stalls and we're
Yeah.
like, hiya darling.
Yeah.
Hi, darling.
But then I just got absolutely twatted.
Same.
The
Kept
only
going
thing
down to
is-
people and was
Yeah.
like,
But
"Hey."
apparently they didn't have a license to sell sells spirits or something.
Yeah, no,
It's a French thing.
If you're on a mountain, like you can't sell.
So the only way I got drunk, I was having to do Jaegers.
No, but all of these fuckers then skied down the mountain, and this was like a 15-minute lift.
Yeah.
Right. So what the fuck is it skiing?
Me and Grace were twatted.
So drunk.
I remember by the end, I thought, well, me and you were still in the magnums of
Wine.
champagne.
And people were pelting snowballs
I
out.
know, it did get sour.
I got one in the
Bear in mind,
face.
like it was really fun, and we were interviewing people. We were going down, and people were so lovely.
Taking
and
big
then,
reels.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved it. And then towards the end, there were this. I remember there's this fucking. If you're out there, you penguin fuck. There was this group of boys that were all dressed as penguins,
it was them.
waving at me. I go way back, and then they go. I said. But obviously it didn't do much. And then I've got more, and then they're like, wanker.
For people to realise what it was like, you had people there shouting Yorkshire till I die.
Oh, yeah.
That was
It was the army folk for me.
Yorkshire, oh, piss
Please
off.
tell them about the lift.
So guys,
Oh my God.
so
Oh,
basically, when we were about to leave, I got hit in the face with a snowball.
But it was
impact on the left eye.
violent,
It felt like it was, that was intended to hurt. I looked down and there's this army guy and he's like staring at me and he's like this. He's like, yeah. And I'm,
what do you mean
He was
army
also
guy,
like
though?
he was in like
40.
an
Like
army,
camo.
like camo
full
thing.
camo, like-
yeah. And so
Not
then
someone from the military.
I think so. He was, wasn't
What, he
he?
literally
Yeah,
was
he
from
literally
He was from the military.
yeah.
I know. I thought I'm not the enemy. I'm just some Jack Wills.
Unless you want me to be, John.
Yeah, do you know who the enemy are?
That's getting cut out. They won't let that happen.
But then basically we were getting into the ski lift. We were all in there, and then because it moves round. I don't know. I've never been skiing before, but it moves round.
Hop in and then it goes.
And basically, all of a sudden, this guy just jumps in last minute. We're all
Last
Jack Wills
minute.
people, and he's in his army thing, and I'm like, that's the man that threw the snowball at me.
And none of us knew that at the time, so I'm just sat there crying for a bit, and then once it calms down, he's like, "Why'd you throw that snowball at me then?" And Maddie, she's like, "It's just a bit embarrassing, really, isn't it?" You're interrogating.
Guys, it was like the Jeremy Kyle show in midair,
Oh,
whilst Grace is having a meltdown about the lift.
Yeah.
We're all steaming drunk.
And then he grabs Moyo and he goes to talk to him and everything goes silent. He goes, no, carry on. So we carry on. And then he whispers to Moyo, who the fuck are these people?
Am I meant to know who they
am I meant to
are?
know who they are?
See, there's nothing in my
No,
life that
Sergeant.
irritates me more than that, because if you're out there and you've like seen us or seen anybody who's like got a following or whatever, and you're like, am I supposed to know who you are? The answer is no. I would never walk anywhere and be like, oh, you must not. Like, you're not going to be in that lift and expect him to know who you
So
are.
No, I was just worried that I got blind in my left eye.
Yeah.
That's so rude. Imagine lobbing someone at someone's face, then insulting them, getting in a lift full of their mates. Imagine the audacity of that, though. Like, you're going to come up to somebody.
And we're not asking for anyone to know.
No, and it's the way you guys came out, right? And I thought, they've gained loads of weight. But it was just because you guys had the
Bottles of
4
champagne.
Oh, yeah.
To give like in my drunk head, I thought Jack Wills had paid for all this alcohol, so I thought I'm not wasted.
course
a
not.
magnum of champagne.
You're coming home with
Like,
me.
we're having a party later, so I put it up my top, and then as we're leaving, the staff were like, "No, like get them back." And James was like, "We hadn't paid for them. You've got to
No,
give them
right.
back."
So I got it because I thought I've not got a Secret Santa.
Ours is very different.
And this would work.
Yeah.
So I put it down, and then I realised once they took it, they were empty bottles.
Yeah.
They were empty. So I was
for
like,
show.
grow up. What's all that
Oh, they were
about?
empty?
I thought
Yeah,
I was
they were
just
for show.
fucking
They were for
solid. I
show.
could lift it up with one hand, shoving it down, no issues.
Also, then, like, why were they so like annoyed about us taking them?
Yeah,
They were
innit?
empty.
Like, they must just be for display, but grow up.
It was fun though, because then we got back to the chalet. We were all
then it was the
steaming.
wholesome night, wasn't
And
it?
then we had a
Or
wholesome
was
night.
it,
I don't
Grace?
remember it.
Wholesome.
I don't remember. Do you know what's so bad? I don't remember Secret Santa when I got that dildo candle from you, and the pictures of me just going.
This is all Milky Mummy. We're just like saying it
So,
tonight.
let's put it into context.
Yeah.
Everyone was doing Secret Santa. Everyone had got a gift. We sat down, one by one went up.
Yeah.
But I got a shiwi from
As you
Clarky,
should.
George Clark.
You're a woman.
And then, obviously.
Yeah.
And then, but by this point as well, Jack was loved to splash drinks, didn't they? And that's why we love
No,
them. They're
every
like,
5 seconds, do you want another vodka
Yeah,
cranberry?
yeah, I do.
That's
I
what
do.
sent me over the
You
edge.
know what I mean?
Sky
Of
blue.
course I do,
Yeah.
right?
Fucked.
So then all of a sudden we're all sitting down and I don't know what, I made a beeline for you because I just remembered Milky Mummy, right?
Milky
and I
Mummy.
filled up the shiwi just with water, like nothing much. And I went up to you and went, drink it. You went, what? And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, Milky Mummy! And there's water fucking pissing everywhere. And you're just screaming, Milky Mummy!
No, there's a video of it. I don't remember it at all.
Joe,
But
you've got
I'm
that.
saying it with my chest. I'm like, Milky Mummy!
I think I posted that.
Good for you.
And then we played the best game of beer pong of my life. That was so
That was the
intense.
worst game of beer pong
No,
of my
that
life.
was so- I loved
John,
it.
That was like the tension. I had to swap teams at the end. I said, George Clark is actually going to
Oh my God.
he's going to get out a rule book that he's written.
I
I'm like,
It was like,
it was mental.
No, I'm sorry.
Guys,
he was changing the rule book every time I got good.
I was spilling it, and he was like, "The rules say you have to drink half of it." I was like, "All right."
It was giving in between us, wasn't it?
The funny thing is,
Okay.
though, I went to Joe the next day. I went, "You got really drunk. Why?" Every shot Joe done, and we were nominating
so
him
you
as
were
captain.
going team captain does every shot, and I, in my head halfway through, I thought, this is not how I.
By
remember
the end of it, Joe was like.
And then I was like, guys, let's go down into one of the rooms and film one of my ads, which was like, guess the picture.
my
And I didn't. And then the next morning, I was looking through my camera roll. And I was like, what is this 7-minute video? And I clicked on it.
You look sober compared to me.
I know,
in
innit?
that video, I'm going, Billy! And Max
You are
is just there like,
fucked.
I can't.
I did. Bear in mind, I didn't really even know what we were doing when we'd like gone into Joel's room. So I'm just sat there, and we're all sat in this weird formation. Then the camera's out, and then you're just there like. I was like, "What is going on?"
Constantly.
But then you'd think like the night would stop there. Everyone's having a drink. Oh, all of a sudden James go, "Let's play hide and seek." So we
Was that night?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
a
whole
lot of
house
that
gets
was
turned
fucked.
upside down. Everyone's hiding. I'm upstairs where I shouldn't be. I'm in the garage.
No, my favourite thing ever was when Max was meant to be seeking, and we sat down and ate some pizza together, and then you sat there and you went, oh, I actually need to start looking for people now. And
Bear in mind, this was about half an hour after I'd already started. Who was on first and we were taking the piss? Was it George Clark again who was first seeker?
I think so.
And we were all like, you're shit. How did it take you so long? Then I was like, I'll go next. It took me about 2 hours to
Yeah,
find everyone.
it was-
Look, Grace is in a cupboard. Like, without a phone. Bear in mind, you were there without your phone.
Yeah, it was on charge.
Nothing. Like, for probably
fall asleep?
over an hour.
No, I fell asleep and I remember going back to my phone and Billy had messaged me night 3 hours ago and I was like, fuck, I've been in there nearly 3 hours.
You were just in the cupboard.
I was just like,
I remember there being a massive like, right now we've got to fucking find her.
No,
We thought you were dead in the snow.
Not
No,
good.
what about when George Clark was voice noting us and he'd actually hidden?
he was in the
That
top
was
of mine and
fucked.
Becky's
He was
ceiling.
like in a crease in the
All
ceiling.
dusty and everything. But
Yeah.
That was too much effort.
Yeah,
I
that's
couldn't
when you
do
take
that.
fucking hide and seek too far.
Yeah, I
what I
couldn't
mean?
do
I'm
that.
pretty sure someone was, I think Becky was like getting changed or something.
Yeah,
He was up there.
Becky didn't. I'd forgot that he was there. That's how long he'd been there. She
Yeah.
was like, "Whoa, fuck!"
He just started talking. Apparently, you could hear her in the background going, "Hello, who's in my room?" And he was like, "Oh, sorry, I'm up here." And she was like half naked.
Was this the same night where did Max and you running on Grace asleep and you were like, you shit the bed?
Yes.
Oh my god!
No. So
No.
before, so you went to sleep like after that, like as soon as we found George,
Probably
you went
best.
straight.
That was
to
probably
sleep.
like 1 a.m. though.
And then we went back in the pool. I think. Yeah, us three. I have no idea.
Yeah, something like that.
But I was up for like
Probably.
another hour. No, we were eating pizza.
Yeah,
We were just
upstairs,
sat eating pizza
upstairs,
for a
yeah.
while. Then I go down and I see Becky like getting ready for bed. So I was like, "Oh, where's Grace? Go in. You're asleep." And I remember from the Ibiza house, you for some reason sleep with the covers over your head, which is a bit fucking.
Really?
dead.
I get scared sleeping in a room full of people.
That is
Do
a
you know
bit
what I mean?
odd.
Full of people, just Becky.
Big personality,
It's giving Tutankhamun.
It's giving. Did you watch Horrible Histories before coming on here? Not Henry Yates.
I'm really just throwing out all the references.
Yeah, you should.
So I was just, Becky started filming it, luckily, because I was just like seeing what you would say.
Yeah.
I peel your coffin back slightly.
Yeah.
And I go, Grace. I said, Grace, have you shit the bed? And you go, what? I go, have you shit the bed? You go, yeah, why?
No, but I have no recollection of this. I woke up the next day and Becky went, do you remember seeing you shut the bed? You remember saying you shut the bed?
Bambino, Becky, our favourite Scottish legend.
Bambino Doubtfire. Fucking hell.
You remember?
That was shit.
No, I meant Welsh. And I went, what are you talking about? And I thought I'd actually shat the beds. But I didn't.
Oh, that's
So that was
great.
good.
That was
The
top
next
notch,
day.
that.
Yeah.
That was
Next
great.
day. Oh, more
The next
skiing.
day we went skiing
I didn't go
again.
skiing, though.
How did you find skiing then? Because you two tried to come with us, but then we got a bit too difficult.
Yeah. Did
But
the
you two were
green-
very good, considering that was your first ever day
Joe was
skiing.
better than me,
Did-
but it was.
Did
we
the green
alright.
slope, loved it.
Yeah.
George had a couple of but you were fine. I didn't fall over.
Couldn't
but then,
get up the ski
But then
lift.
the last,
Oh, yeah.
The bastard ski lift. That was worse than the skiing. I fell off it 3 times, but then they got
They are
serious. They were
hard.
like, "Hey, come here!"
Yeah.
I was like with my skis. And I was like, "I can't get up." They come over with shovels.
But there was
all sorts.
there was a bit where we were going from the green slope back to the cars to like go have lunch or whatever, and I was like, right, I'm gonna like test like what I'm like with speed, so I like went really fast. Then I managed to stop and I was fine. Right, I turned around, everyone's kind of like coming along behind, and anyway, we see these skis launch into the air and this person fall flat. And Ellie comes up to me, she's like, I think that was George. And she's like, I'm really worried it's gonna like damage his confidence or whatever.
It did.
George comes face full of snow.
No, so basically, one of the camera guys we were called George, he was like, mate, that was actually really good down the green. I thought, yeah,
Liar.
got the camera, watch this. Right? I'm going really fast. I go to turn, bam, right?
Skis in the air.
Right? Skis in the air, face. Like, it was literally in my gums where I'd like slid across.
shit.
I came down, Ellie was like, are you all right? I was like, I had a numb face. And then we went home. So that was
a nice
that was
end.
the
Wait,
last
where did
bit.
we? And then we went to.
We went to have some lunch.
Then we
and
went for the altitude sickness lunch.
What?
Guys, French, up in the mountain. They're like
3,000
really high
metres
up
up.
I'm
mountain.
so glad we went on a train. We went on a train.
Yeah,
Guys, I'm
that
sorry,
was like going into a new dimension.
How big that mountain was. If we had to get a 15-minute speed train up a mountain, it was
Can you
hard.
imagine? It was like this.
Yeah.
We were leaning like this. We got there and George goes to me, do you feel dizzy?
I was fucked when we got there.
I literally turned up, didn't I?
Yeah,
And
I
I was
thought we
holding
were gonna
Ellie's
pass out.
skis, and I went, Grace, do you feel dizzy? I literally could have passed out.
Yeah.
And Grace was like, yeah, do you? And I was like,
I went into the toilet again. I went in the toilet and cried. I was like, I'm gonna be sick.
Yeah, you kept saying you cried like 5 times on
cried
the trip.
entire trip.
I remember the day after the first day, I was like, oh, how's everyone doing? And then Grace was just sat there at breakfast. Yeah, so I cried 3 times yesterday.
And I just
was like,
messaged
what?
Billy like, I'm crying again. And I'd have to come out the toilet like, beautiful day.
It was a heavy terrain
it
for
was-
you
that
from
was a
Nottingham to.
Not into the Alps.
That food was mental. That were possibly like one of the weirdest but fanciest
You had
restaurants
shit
I've
on
ever been.
sticks.
French
Oh,
food.
yeah, big fat prawns on sticks.
fat-
I don't know how much a bill
what
was.
Carl had was like, not 100
Can we
quid.
Yeah.
talk about Cole's food?
Oh,
This
that's
woman.
so
Pig head.
So he got a meal for two,
Not
right?
Cole, the meal.
Big head. No, but he got like a meal for two.
Lamb
The woman was
suckling
like,
shoulder. No, pig suckling shoulder.
yeah, she was like, are you sure? She comes around, she goes to give it to Cole, and then she's like, jokes. And then goes
Shows the
around
whole
and
table.
shows everyone, she's like, this is what Cole's having.
It was
Look
so
at
And then
it.
walked
weird.
away with it.
She kept doing like presentations.
I found it really weird. I mean, I've seen people shaft meat like that a few times, but it hasn't been a
darling, and
restaurant.
that's just Fanny on the slopes, darling. That's just Fanny and Yuli after hours, darling.
Oh my God.
Oh fuck! We know you like it, Yuli. Subscribe.
he had a plate full of crumbs and she ran off with his meat.
Oh yeah, she just gave him the crumbs. And I was like,
Food was good. Food was
They
good.
love
Love a
it
bit
like
of
my
truffle.
food.
they fucking love truffle.
Oh my God.
It's all
Far too
truffle
much.
and cheese. It's an IBS. It's like worst
Truffle
nightmare.
chips, truffle pasta,
Yeah.
truffle mash,
salad,
truffle
truffle
salad.
mash.
Like everything's truffle.
Our breath stank.
Yeah.
entire time.
Everything's
Do you know,
stank.
truffle's one of those things that if you have too much of it, you can start having hallucinations.
Oh.
Well, that
explains
my
the
trip.
club appearance,
Yeah,
innit?
fucking hell.
Yeah, and then after the meal, we were all fucked, felt sick.
Yeah.
We were exhausted
We asked
by
to
that
go.
point.
Tired,
We
yeah.
literally asked to
we
go.
had to go.
I think like stuff like this, obviously from Jack Wills's point of view, they're trying to get as much out of us
Yes,
as possible.
yeah.
But
Of
I
course.
think just before that night out, I think we all were like, I am fucked.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I need to sleep.
We all said we go for a swim, go in the sauna.
Oh, we had a
but
steam
by-
and a
by-
sauna.
By then
Yeah, we
we
did.
were
I went to
tired.
sleep.
Yeah.
I went to sleep for like 2 hours.
Oh
yeah.
no, we were in the steam room like.
But then we had like an
Loving it.
awards night as well. before
Oh
we went
yeah,
out.
that was
Yeah,
good.
that's you. What did you
Yeah,
win,
awards
George?
did you lot
Shit,
get?
skier.
I got
did you?
I got most high maintenance.
Oh yeah. What does that mean?
Oh, it's because
George was like,
every
basically.
time a staff member came around, I just was asking for a drink.
Oh,
Which I don't think it's terrible.
Fair enough. Yeah.
That's just alcoholism, darling.
Yeah.
what did you get, Max?
I can't remember, you know.
Biggest
I got
cock.
being late. Jack Wills, first of all. I was early to this exact thing, the first person there by like 10 minutes, and then I get the award for being late.
But every morning you did come
I was
in like
late.
old Leslie
I was
Jordan.
late every morning, yeah. I
You'd
was.
come in your dressing gown giving
I
Leslie.
did.
12
for me, darling. Oh my God, R.I.P.,
You'd
darling.
be so spaced out. You'd come in and you'd be at the end of the time. You'd be like,
I just couldn't be fucked every morning because I'd think like, right, they're saying we're leaving at 8, but we're not really leaving at 8.
Yeah. No, but
we left
we-
at 8.
Yeah.
And I'd wake up at like 7:45, like, fuck me, I've got to eat my slice of meat before I go
Pano
on the
chocolate,
slopes.
yeah.
yeah. I
But
won
it-
loudest.
But it was a,
Oh yeah, you
I
got
think it was my
loudest.
farts in the bathroom because they were like rippling through the cabinet.
I was
She
in the
laughed.
room next to yours, and all I could hear was you going, Joe!
Yeah.
Joe!
I remember
like,
waking up
24
one
hours a day.
morning. Well, I think it might have even been the morning that we left. Shit, darling. Or that day. And I just woke up to George shouting like, "Oh my God, no, it's terrible!"
Guys,
like, "Oh, you don't understand."
I am so lucky we had a window that opened in our room. Because if it didn't, I would have literally died. Like,
To be fair.
suffocated of his shit. He just stinks.
But you also, we had to fight every morning of who was going to
Who
go and do a
going
dump first.
Who's going to go and shit first?
Yeah.
Because the next person would have to suffer, wouldn't they?
and
See,
that
what's it like share it? Because when I did it with George Clark, like obviously it was like mortifying, but like what's it like with other people?
I had
Like,
a great
have a-
time with Becky.
oh, no, you did have a
I had
toilet-
Me and
toilet.
Becky,
I'm fine.
we were like the mum and dad. She'd have the beers and she'd be like, "Oh, babe, I didn't cheat on you tonight. I only got a number."
Where the fuck is
babe, I didn't fucking
She was great, and do you know what? I'd say, Becky, I'm gonna go and have a shit. She'd be like, "Oh, I fall over." Like she'd
Yeah.
never,
Yeah, yeah.
She changed her accent again.
again. Yeah, she had a great time, bless her.
Yeah.
I just like me and George. We did get into fisting a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
But that's to be
Standard, innit?
expected.
You do-
You got a podcast together.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you do.
I mean, as we know, it happens.
That was
As soon as
disgusting.
you sign on that dotted line, whoop,
That's why I
Never
did it so
fisted.
long. Yeah.
whoopsie daisy.
This pod is sponsored by. I can't wait for their glove collection.
Let's move on to the last night. But look,
What was
I just
that?
want to say before we explain about this
shit,
last
yeah.
night, this isn't Jack Will's like
No,
fault or
no,
something.
no.
or
No,
anything
no.
like
The
that
last
at all.
night, like we
I
had
thought it
this
was really fun.
We had this club thing booked. This Jack Will's club night, mega exciting.
Do you lot know? Was it sold to the people that bought tickets
Yes.
as like
Yes.
you
Jack
will meet
Wills and
us?
Dan
I
Howard
think
DJ.
so.
Yeah.
It
And
was.
Danny Howard. Oh, Danny Howard from Radio 1.
Oh
you,
yes,
Danny
love
Wolf.
you, Dan. Love you, Danny.
No, but imagine we're all buzzing in the taxi, aren't we? Fight for This Love is on.
Oh, we were having the
buzzing.
best time.
We get out of the car.
The eyes are on.
You're fucking shit! Who the fuck are you? Fucking boo! Can I get a picture joking? Fuck off! Yeah, and we were literally like, what the fuck? Yeah, we were
But
like,
you know what? It was humbling. Someone
So
went to me,
humbling.
Joe blogs, you TikToks your shit. I thought, well, at least it ain't Joe Bag. You know? I was like, yeah, you fucking wank bag.
I was having a piss and I could hear him going, yeah, and all these B-list accounts and all
I
that.
know.
And I was pissing like, get me out this toilet.
I know, with doors that didn't lock.
Yeah.
I thought security.
Oh,
know
that
what,
was
though?
a bit. I mean, we were doing pregnancy tests.
Yeah,
It can't
we
be-
were. We pissed on a pregnancy
Grace
test.
got. Oh my god! So when we did Secret Santa, you were sat next to me, and the whole. This was when Grace was in a crackhead era. So,
The night before.
Yeah, and the whole time you're going that I'm going to run a pregnancy test. I'm like, all right, okay. I open it. It's a pregnancy test. You're like, who could that be from? I was like, Grace, you've literally been telling me for like the past hour that you bought someone a pregnancy test. But then you said at that point you were like, we need to do them together. That'd be a funny video. I was like, right.
No,
don't
I
know how
remember that.
would look,
And your
but
face.
okay.
I remember you saying that in Maxon.
I was like, yeah. And then comes to next day, I've been hurled abuse. I've just had a
Yeah.
Tudor meal once again. And I'm thinking, do you know what have I got to lose?
Yeah.
Ram it up my ass or whatever, however you do a pregnancy test, I don't know.
With the doors that don't lock as well. Yeah.
So we marched to the front of the girls' bathroom, mind
Yeah,
you.
I also stood in the urinals because it was a fucking wet room.
Oh,
Yeah.
What was that? Just
that was a
shower?
drain. That was a drain. And it was stank of piss.
Yeah,
Well
he was in
bad.
these shoes as well, so that's good.
Yeah. And we did a pregnancy test.
But it wasn't like, and also there were massive cracks in the door. So
Not
I was
to mention
bent over
what
like
was
this
on
and
the
people
toilet,
were like,
darling.
Oh my god, those fucking toilets.
And then you stuck it in your mouth, didn't you?
Right, this needs some context.
Oh, it does.
Actually, that's
There's
pretty
no-
much it.
No,
I
and
didn't
we
do it
threw it
straight
into the
after.
crowd.
Right, so no, well, I just drank it right out of you.
Yeah,
don't I?
yeah.
No, she literally spat it out.
Yeah.
God.
Good aim.
No, so these were fancy. You didn't. No expense was
Clear
spared.
blue, darling.
Clear blue, darling. Not
It was 20
Spawn.
quid allowance, so I thought, fuck.
So they had like a lid on. So then I pissed on mine, sat down. And you're holding onto the door the whole time because anybody could just walk in.
Yeah.
And then, bear in mind, I didn't realize that you were sober on this night.
I was sober.
So I was I was thinking, oh, it's all right. We both we'll get our genitals out of it. It's right. We're both fucked. Who cares? Not thinking, Jace can.
Jace.
I love you, Jace. Jace Barry. Grace can probably see my cock.
Yeah.
Probably did see my cock.
Loved
and loved every inch of it.
Yeah.
Every 2 inches.
Only a
of it.
few, yeah.
And you proper like piss on this stick. Obviously, it's a bit more difficult if you've got a cock because you sat down like trying to wave
Yeah.
them. And then I'm holding the door for
I'm
you.
squatting on the toilet because I'm not sitting on that shit.
You didn't squat. you did squat, but you also just went like like this, like completely.
back of the
My
pan.
arse was in the air, like literally.
Over. So I'm filming it, folks, for a TikTok, not realizing you can see Grace's entire asshole like in the TikTok. Next day I watch it, I'm like, fuck me, we can't put that in. But then we go in, we're waiting for our results, and we get you to read them out.
Yeah, it's like Jeremy Carr, wasn't it?
so long.
And then I put it in my mouth.
No, and then
he
my
threw
favourite
it in
thing
the crowd.
in the video, you threw one into the crowd at first, like you have a pregnancy test. Then you licked it, and then you were like, oh my god. Then you threw that one into the crowd.
No, but do you remember he threw it? It hit the roof, and then it fell apart and just spring different parts of the crowd. And I remember sat there, and I just got up and walked off. I was like,
Nah,
oh,
you were on one. It's when that guy was asking for people to pour drinks down the flamingo, and Max just got a bottle of Coke, went up and just poured it on his head.
We need to have a conversation. If you're out there, sir, please identify yourself. Please get help. First of all,
You were marinating him like a piece of gammon.
He did look a bit Snowball.
He did.
Bless him. And people, no, bless him, but he was a fresher. Why are you looking like a 60-year-old woman?
No, seriously.
It's hard life up them mountains.
No, but he comes over and he was fucked.
On a mission, weren't
and he
he?
had
Yeah,
a list
He was sweating.
of like trials that he had to do, and like 3 of them were like, get a Jack Wills influencer to do this to you. One of them was like, feed you a drink. So I'm doing it, and then it was a bottle of Corona, so I'm pouring it into his flamingo thing.
But it's
and then
foaming up and stuff,
And
innit?
I started, I don't even know why, I just started putting a bit on his head, and he loved it. He was going, pour it on again, pour it on again, like follow me around all night.
He must have stunk.
They were wild. These people were
What
wild.
there was, look, it weren't all bad because there was a crowd of white t-shirts in front of us, and they were lovely.
No,
Oh,
tell me
yeah, yeah.
what were they wearing? Who were horrible to?
Oh my god, there was these guys there, and these were the vile ones. The ones where at Danny Howard's DJ deck, looking at us, going, "Kill yourself," and we were like, I was actually a bit scared, right?
I think they were the ones
And
that threw the drink
pelted
over me as
drinks
well.
at me and Grace while we were interviewing people.
It was
That
so
is
bad.
awful. Like, why? I mean, maybe just because we're not the sort of people that like go on a night out for
You
a
do know
fight.
you could like mute someone on a For You page. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
like,
not at your
buy
house
tickets
performing
to a
every
Jack
day.
Wills
Yeah.
event then if you
Like,
don't
they bought
like
tickets to it knowing that we would
Yeah.
be coming.
Also,
That
it's not
is
like we
weird.
were like, I rented out the whole
They literally gave us
Like,
just a
we were
corner
doing
and we
it.
done our own little
We
thing.
just like stuck to ourselves.
Yeah.
Like if we went to the bathroom and
So
people
we were
wanted to
crowd
speak to us.
surfing.
Yeah.
I did have a good night because I don't remember leaving.
No, yeah.
So, and then
I would fuck.
all I remember was waking up to Joe messaging me, Joe going to me, you need to look on Max's story. Oh! I thought,
This was
I thought, what have I done?
this
What have I
is
done?
the funniest video I've ever seen.
So did we get back and play hide and seek again?
No.
No,
I think
we
you
just
went
got
in
back
the
home
pool.
for a swim with
went for a
Danny
swim. George went
Howard.
to bed. They ordered chicken burgers and chicken nuggets.
Yes, they did. Oh,
this
that
If
was
you
good.
remember that night, we got served pink chicken and a lasagna cheesecake.
yeah. Oh,
But this was
God.
at 4
What
a.m.
Tudor meal is
This was at 4
Tudor
a.m.
times.
bearing in mind when we got back.
Yeah.
And we had to
We
be
had
up
to
at
get up at
half. We had to get up at 6, half 6, right?
Oh.
So that's why I went to bed.
Yeah, you went straight to bed.
And I thought I can't do this. But
then-
then I woke up, and we will put the video in of
That is the
Max
best video
coming
ever.
up to me whilst I was asleep. I had my earplugs in, my mouth guard in, everything. Bear in mind, I was blackout. This is what when I'm blackout drunk though, I just go into like mum mode and put in my earplugs, put in my
yeah, I
mouth
do
guard,
it.
everything,
Love
right?
it.
And Max probably for 20, 30 seconds was going George, but getting louder, right?
But it weren't like it was
George,
I was so close to you that my
You
face
know,
was
you could've
touching
kissed
your
him.
face.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I was going, George, darling.
George, wake up, laughing really loud. I then wake up, smile, fall back asleep, but I had it's like
No
what you said,
recollection,
no
yeah.
recollection
Yeah,
in the
that
morning
is
at
mad.
all. You could have done anything. You could have done anything to me. But the worst thing is, the worst
We
thing
brought
is,
Fanny and Yulia, and you had the best night of your life, darling.
the worst thing is, Joe was in the background. You could hear him laughing.
Oh, Joe
I was
kissing.
collapsed in the corner of the room. I was on the floor in a fetal position.
And that was like, I was about to go to bed, Joe was, and then he goes, oh, Max, like, George is proper passed out in here. So I walk in, I'm
You
like,
were
right,
like-
I'm just going to film
you were like,
something.
"Where's
No,
George?"
what about you, when you went to record and your screen was all blurry?
Oh
so
my
he
God.
rubbed it
Let me show
and
you
it got
this.
blurrier.
Right.
George said there was
We
a
must-
bogey on it. George made up a part of the
don't
story.
think it was a bogey.
And someone said they were like, George went to bed because he was too horny.
Yeah, another rumour.
Nah, I woke up in the morning. I went, George. I said, I need to. I was lying in bed. I thought, George, I need to address something with you. I said, it was like Chinese whispers. Moyo said that you went to bed because you were too horny.
When
And
I
George
told-
went, in what world does that make sense? Why would I go to bed?
Especially when I'm blackout drunk. What do I think I was going to do?
this, but I'll send it to you as well. So I put my, yeah.
George, darling. Oh, sorry.
Look, watch him rub it. It gets worse.
Wipe this bit.
It's like, what was
George on the plane in front of everyone went, Max had a bogey on his camera.
And right, what is this room?
Wait, why did you put that filter on it as well?
I have no idea. I was
like sepia.
I don't do anything.
Put that Rio de Janeiro filter on it, Insta story. What?
I want to make a bit tropical, dark, from Tudor to tropical with Jack Wills. No, I don't have any memory of that.
And then,
I'd say overall, ski wear.
I just, yeah,
10 out of 10.
Out of 10.
It reminds me of being a hot mum, but I just can't ski.
honestly,
all in all, we made some great memories.
But even down-
I miss Fanny and Yuli.
Yeah, same.
I wank over him every night, darling.
Even down to like the little
Sorry,
bits
Fanny.
of where they made us baubles with our names in. We've got embroidered
Oh,
PJs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, I
Jack
wore
Wills
them last
really,
night.
Jack
Sorry.
Wills really did smash it.
No, and all the stops.
Like
All of
the
them.
whole team, everyone.
So lovely, genuinely the best.
We love the Jack
time.
Wills team.
Right. So what was like your best memories of the trip?
My best memory is you taking that photo of Max and him looking like Snapchat Eye.
Oh my god! Again, we'll insert the
Insert
photo.
that picture.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Unreal.
we got to put that picture in, Rosie.
We were
This is a hate crime. This is not
I've
okay.
never ever laughed that much. Honestly,
I've
when
never
that
been
room
more
was filled with. Do you know what? I had altitude sickness. The room was filled with pussy cheese, and then we get Minty from EastEnders come on my phone. I lost it. I lost it.
I've
was
never
so
been more upset in my life. You show it to me, I didn't
Why
even
did you have a
recognise it was
goatee?
myself.
Why did you have a
I
goatee?
did the one as well.
It was like hunched like
It
this.
was awful. I looked like a character out of a Roald Dahl book.
Yeah.
What I
It
loved
was
is that it
fucking-
looked like you'd left the table and you'd asked some 50-year-old fat bloke to step in for you while you'd left.
Also, the plate of food that's in front of me, if you look at it, it's
hard.
Tudor,
It's meat
Tudor
and-
delicacies.
No, but it's disgusting. It was like a lettuce leaf and like meat.
yeah,
Cheese.
and
It was
blob of
so
cheese.
The
gross.
fact that we're all so hungry at that point, they brought
Yeah.
over the meat and we're all like, fuck yeah, come on, like raw meats. Like,
Do you know what? One of my favourite nights as well was the night in, because that was just really good vibes. Everyone,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone slaughtered,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
played some really
Hide
fun
and
games.
seek.
Yeah.
Hide and
That was
seek was so good.
Yeah.
that were great.
But even just the chalet was like a nice chalet.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Like we
Unreal.
could go downstairs and go in the steam room.
Oh, that
or
was
a
so
sauna,
fancy.
like,
Yeah,
so
that
good.
was 10 out of 10.
yeah.
And as well, it was actually like, it was really bad weather out there, but it made it quite nice. Do you know what I mean?
Looking out
snowstorms
when you're
and
The
stuff.
fear of death constantly just kept me
avalanches
so
and
thin.
shit. I loved it, love. No, it was cool though.
Oh,
it was a really
amazing.
good trip.
10 out of
Like,
I think my favourite was in the pool when we were all just yelling the different songs that came on, and then eventually we took over the music and just made it so
That was the first night, I
thoroughly
think, yeah.
homosexual. We were playing like Rihanna,
That's the
Miley
night-
Cyrus.
That's
It
the
was
night when that
great.
guy came up to me and was like, Danny Howard wants to change your music. And I was like,
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, pulling the phone back into pull up, you're going to have to come get me then. I like that
was great.
Like Katy Perry, like I was on some homosexual agenda.
overall, for my first time skiing, it was insane.
Yeah.
And I would do it again.
Oh yeah.
Probably not Grace, but I would do it
I'll
again.
be at the next time.
No,
for us.
I defo go again. I defo go again.
What we all learned is that a skiing holiday isn't all about the skiing.
It's not,
You
it's
can
not.
go and still have a great time.
Yeah. You can go meet Fanny on the slopes and the rest
I
is
am
history.
exhibit A of it.
Yes, you are.
At least we did look good though, whilst going down the
That-
slopes.
we
I think my
did.
best memory was Grace. That night when you saw that Billy was in the picture. I've never seen anyone that passionate.
There's
was
a bit that I
terrifying.
don't remember, and it's me
The whole
going,
night?
I've got me Gucci on, Oliver Twist, and it's just, and then it comes to
Oliver
me
Twist.
with the megaphone, like I got my Louis.
It's like out of nowhere, you go, iconic. And it sounds like you're saying, I'm horny. So when I
Go to sleep.
You go, I'm horny.
Imagine me saying that.
well,
Get
you-
to bed, you horny bastard.
Yeah, I know you're getting like me. That's what I was doing.
I'm horny.
I'm horny.
Grace has got a wide on. Right, so thank you very
Anyway,
much for
thank
having
you
me.
for
Not
watching
My Bag
Not My
podcast.
Bag.
I'm just going to
guys.
swiftly.
Well, thank you, Jack Wills, for another iconic. Big thank you to Billy for coming today.
That was honestly such a good trip. So thank you.
Yeah.
once again.
Thank you, Jack
We
Wills.
can't, we
Thank you,
can't
Jack
wait to see
Wills.
what they've got in store for next round.
Please invite me.
Hopefully, George actually shags her to go and sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, true. Well, that's
Okay, well, see ya.
Yeah.
no, thank you, guys.
To a fun trip and some Tudor meals.
to J Dubs.
Divorced, beheaded,
Die.
survived, baby.
Cheers, everyone. Cheers. If you guys are listening to today's pod, please give us a 5-star rating on Spotify.
If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe and comment your favourite parts and do all that stuff. Thank you to Max and Grace joining us today.
Our Bessie
mate.
No, if you don't follow them guys, which I know you will.
Grow up.
Go follow them. Again, go buy.
Thank you, Snapchat Eye.
Follow Not My Bag. Go buy from J-Dubs. Tell them.
New collection, tell them.
We have got a code, Not My Bag, 10 with 2 G's. That's 10, guys. 2 G's. Go cop yourself something. These tracksuits are bloody beautiful, darling. But that's it for this week, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
See you
We
soon.
love you all. See you soon. Ski for me, darling.
Ski for me, darling.